The woman in the cell suddenly sat up. She pulled out a hairpin, removed her disguise, her short skirt had now become a fitted black outfit for moving at night. Catalia used the hairpin to pick the lock on the cell door, then casually grabbed a metal spoon from a coffee cup. She shifted the security camera toward the corner so it wouldn't catch her on film. Then she poured herself a cup of cola from the water cooler and quietly slipped into the police station's electrical room. She balanced the spoon on the high-voltage breaker, then bit a small hole in the cup and set it above the spoon. A makeshift timed power cut device was now ready. Catalia climbed into the ventilation duct above the electrical room and crawled until a spinning fan blocked her way. She began silently counting the drip intervals. Once the weight of the cola tipped the spoon, the breaker would trip, and she could slip away during the blackout. But as she squeezed past the sharp fan blades, a guard sensed something and rushed to the electrical room. Luckily, it was just a false alarm. Catalia kept crawling through the duct until she reached the restroom. At that moment, a guard was about to relieve himself, unaware that death stood right behind him. She knocked him out in an instant, then dragged his body past security without raising suspicion. Catalia seized the guard's pistol and unlocked another cell. Inside was her target. A gunshot rang out, and the target dropped instantly. The gunshot set off a full prison lockdown, and heavily armed SWAT officers poured in. They knew that any shooting inside the prison could spell serious trouble for everyone. But when they entered the cell, all they found was the criminal lying in a pool of blood, and Catalia was nowhere to be seen. By then, she had already crawled into another duct. She gripped the wall's edge with her bare hands and climbed toward the roof with swift agility. To her surprise, the SWAT team had already surrounded the rooftop. She sprinted to a spot above her own cell, used the cover of her dark clothing, and leapt down, grabbing a drain pipe on the wall with both hands. In the dim light, even a sweeping flashlight beam could barely spot her. After the guards left, she crawled back into the ventilation duct. Using her 1.80-meter-long legs, she quickly returned to her cell. Moments later, armed guards burst in to search, but Catalia was already back in her original disguise, looking as if nothing had happened. The next day, she paid her fine, walked out of the police station unharmed, and began preparing for her next, even riskier mission.